Ever wonder what's inside one of those dusk to dawn photocells that turn your yard lights on at night, turn them off during the day, or turn on a street light at night, turn it off during the day? I always wonder what was inside one, because these things are sealed up tighter than a drum. I'm going to open up one that was defective and see what makes it tick. This is going to be an interesting one to get into, and you'll see why shortly. So what I have here is I have this broken photo control that I think probably got mud in it from the mud wasps that built a nest inside the electrical box and messed this up. We're just going to confirm that it does not work. So it's connected to this incandescent light bulb, and I've just got the black wire bringing power in to the unit. It's got the neutral wire, and it's got the red wire that takes power out to the light bulb. So the white neutral is connected to one side of the light bulb. The black wire from the red control is going to the other side of the light bulb, and we've got power in. When I turn on the power, the light lights. Now, if I shine a light into the photocell, this light should turn out. Now, there is a time delay on this because it is a time delay. What this one does is it has a bimetallic strip, and when light shines on the photocell, it applies current through a coil of wire that's around the bimetallic strip, which will cause the bimetallic strip to heat and bend, and once it bends, it should interrupt the circuit. But as you can see, it's not turning off, and that's because this thing is defective. I think the reason it's defective is because it was attached in a downward facing box. Some insects got in there, a wasp got in there and was building a nest. Mud wasps that build their nest out of mud, and it appears that it is working. Now, that's the first time it's done this in forever, because this thing has not worked. This thing has not worked for like probably 10 years. And I had to control the lights with the timer because it was not working. And now it went out. Let's see if it will come back on. It's made a liar out of me. We're going to take it apart anyway so we can see what's inside this thing, because I've taken it out of service. I put a motion detector light there. But yeah, damn, this thing has not worked for at least 10 years. The lights were staying on day and night. So I had to put a timer switch on the switch that controlled the power to this outlet or to this box. I put a timer switch on there because this thing wasn't working. And this time it worked, although I will admit I was shining a bright light on it, so it is time delayed, so it should come back on here. I've got it dark, and the damn thing's working. And I thought I was going to get to tear down a broken device, but we're going to tear down a functional device to see what's inside it. Easiest way to open these units is just usually to split them at the seam, and they should just pop apart. Oh, what the hell? Chinesium screwdriver. I broke the screwdriver. Yeah, right. I broke the screwdriver. I will get into this thing. If it kills me, I will get into this bloody thing. Ah, man. So there's what's inside. It's just like one solid unit. And there's not a heck of a lot to it. Let's take a look at these components. This thing probably still works too. We got a photocell. See, this is how well sealed these units are. Talk about totally hermetically sealed. But you've got your power wire coming in, and your neutral wire, and your power wire going out. And this is the switch here. So the bimetallic strip is right here. And there's a resistor here that heats up. This resistor applies heat to the bimetallic strip. And there's actually an adjustment. Check that out. There's an adjustment down the top here. I didn't even know that, but there's an adjustment right down the top where you can adjust this screw. And what happens is when light passes through the photocell, it heats this resistor up. And when the resistor heats up, the bimetallic strip here will flex. So as we can see, one of the reasons why this case is so thick like this is it wants to preserve the heat. Although with it mounted, normally these are mounted outside facing up like this so that no moisture can get in. If it's upside down and any moisture gets into the bottom of it, it's going to run right into it. And that may have been why this thing wasn't working, is it may have gotten wet and wasn't... I assumed that's what was wrong, but again, it proved me wrong. It was working. I got power to this thing now. Let's just see if we can watch this little switch move here. If I zoom the camera in a bit, we'll put some light on. And we'll see if we can watch this little switch move. So how this works is this resistor is going to get hot down here. And the heat from the resistor should make this bimetallic strip bend. It may not now because it's not in its case to keep the heat in. It's getting warm. I can feel the heat from this thing. Let's help it. I don't know whether it just needs to be adjusted or whether this is what it was doing before when it was up. When it was installed before, it would not switch off. No matter what happened, the light would run 24 hours a day. I wasn't expecting this type of design either when I opened this thing up. I was expecting it to be a bimetallic strip with just a wire wrapped around it, because some of the other designs that I've seen in the past, that's what it is. Instead of having an actual physical resistor here that gets hot, it's just the photocell, and it's got a piece of heating wire, like a piece of tungsten wire wrapped around. The bimetallic strip itself typically has an insulator around it, and then it has the wire wrapped around that, and that wire gets hot and causes the bimetallic strip to bend, which opens and closes the switch. In this case, the bimetallic strip is right down here, and the heat from this resistor heats it up and causes it to flex, which is supposed to open the contact for the switch, but it's not. Now that might be because the switch is damaged, but that's how it's supposed to operate. It bends down like that and the switch will pop open. But as I say, this time today, this is the first time this thing's actually operated properly in 10 years. So whether it was just a fluke that it worked and it's returned back to its non-working state, that's, or whether I damaged it opening this thing up. I tried to get in here as carefully as I could, but something could have got damaged here, I guess, when I heated it up to cut through it. Anyway, that's the inside of one of these photocells, these mechanical photocells that you guys might like to look inside here and see what's in it. As you can see, there's not a lot, and there's not a lot to go wrong other than the photocell could fail or the resistor could fail, or the bimetallic strip itself, the switch here could get damaged. I guess with inductive loads, in fact, that might have been what happened. Is this was operating an inductive, was operating at one point like a sodium or a metal halide light. So it may have, what may have happened was the contacts themselves here got welded together. It's hard to see whether there's any pitting on them or not, but that might have been why it wasn't working, for that matter. But it wasn't working for the last 10 years. It hasn't worked, and I put a timer on just to turn the lights on and off based on a timer because this thing didn't work. Anyway, that's that thing. It's obviously not going back into service. It's going in the garbage. That's why we took it apart. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.